Hi again. In this video, I want to give you an overview of the course information module and how to get started in the class. So first we need to get into D2L just in case you're brand new to PCC and haven't used D2L before. There are three ways to get in. In my PCC, I've logged in here. There's a computer icon in the upper right-hand corner. You can click on that. Or on the left side, you can scroll down. There's a section called Quick Links on the very left-hand edge. And under PCC sites, you can go to D2L Brightspace login. So it's called D2L or Brightspace or D2L Brightspace. Any kind of combination of those things is what you'll hear for our, it's our learning management system where all of our content is located. A third way is if my PCC is down for any reason, you can type in the address bar here online.pcc.edu and it'll take you right to the D2L Brightspace page. So sometimes it's also nice just to bypass that if you know you're going right to your D2L courses. Okay, so I've clicked on that link and this should take you to your D2L homepage, which has all the classes that you're taking this term, or teaching in my case. So let's click on Statistics 1. This is our class. And this takes you to our class homepage, okay? So a couple things on our homepage. On the right has all of my contact information right under my picture, my Zoom office hour link, the hours, days, and times that you can drop in anytime. Or of course you can contact me for at another time. You can also call me if you prefer that method, or you can text me. And I have a separate text number, so please keep that to 9 to 5 on weekdays, roughly business hours. And then you can email me anytime. So if you have a question that's late at night or on the weekend, just send me an email and then I'll get to it next time I log on. Okay, so then on the left side we have our announcement area. So always check this when you come into the class, and I'll show you how to get notifications as well in case you haven't signed up for those yet. So here's our welcome announcement. You are probably right in here watching these videos, and I'm replacing some new versions to replace these old ones. And this term I'm really excited that we have a peer mentor and lab assistant. So this is a paid position, and we have Chantel who is working with us, and I'm really excited that we all get to work with her. So here's an intro video from her, and then we'll have the Module 1 walkthrough and then the MyOpen Math walkthrough. Okay. And before I forget, let me show you how to turn on notifications. So you have a little picture, or maybe it's not a picture, whatever you have right here for your profile. Click on that. And then you can add a picture here if you'd like, or change your image. And click on notifications. So this talks about the Pulse app, which is a great way. You're welcome to use that as well. And you can set up your email and mobile phone if you choose to. And you can also get a summary if you want. I haven't used the summary before, but this is what I like, the notifications. So you can set up either a text or email notification for all these different things. So announcements, or when something is updated, activity feed, so when someone posts something on a post. Content, sometimes I'll update a content and then I'll give a notification that that page was updated. You can sign up for those discussions, and then also when a grade item is released or updated. So you can also get notifications for those. So that is really handy. You can also include your grade value in notifications from grade. So it's always going to update your grade whenever I enter in a new grade. Oh, another thing, I just realized this was here. Instead of having to do this for every single course, you could just click this button, allow future courses to send me notifications. And then you only have to do this one time. Of course, you can go in and tweak it if you want to change some things, but I'm going to click on that. Or you can exclude some courses, said down below that. Okay, so those are the notifications. Let's go through all of our options up here, and then we'll go into content. So Course Home takes us back to this page right here. And the next thing in this is called the navigation bar. Next thing in the navigation bar is content. That is where we will have all the content for our class. Desmos Labs is where you'll go for the lab part of the class. They're online in Desmos. My Open Math is the link to our online homework system. That's also free. Discussions takes you to all of our discussion pages. Assignments takes you a quick way to upload things for assignments. Zoom link. Textbook is our free online textbook. And grades is where you can go to see your grade at any time. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start clicking on these. Content, and actually the first time you go in, it will take you to the overview page, and I have a statistician here named David Blackwell, and I just want to acknowledge that white voices have been centered in math and statistics and most of STEM, so I want to uplift voices of people of color. So this is a really wonderful statistician, David Blackwell, and he has the Rao-Blackwell theorem named after him. If you'd like to read more about him, there's a short biography here that's in our Math 105 textbook. I really appreciate his quote. Basically, I'm not interested in doing research and never have been. I'm interested in understanding, which is quite a different thing. And often to understand something, you have to work it out yourself because no one else has done it. So I really like that quote. Really appreciate that. Okay. So that's the overview page the first time you go into D2L, into content here. And you want to treat this, if you haven't used D2L before, you want to treat this like a checklist. So you want to go down through these items on the left. These are kind of like the chapters. And then the very first thing is student resources for online learning. Then inside each chapter is an individual checklist inside each one of those things. So this is if you're new to D2L or if you want some resources. These are the same for every online class. So that's optional to you. For our class, our content starts here in Module 0, Course Info. Start here, and you're going to want to complete this by the end of Wednesday. Okay, so you have Monday through Wednesday to do the course information module, and then our first module 1 will start on Wednesday. So I've got a welcome image here, and we're just going to go through each of these items. So course information introduction gives you the learning outcomes for this module, which you'll be doing, and I'm not going to read through the whole thing. I'm going to let you do that. This is an overview. Then you can go forward using these arrows up at the top, and they're also at the bottom, or you can go back to the list right here. So sometimes I like to go back to the list and see where I am. Then we have the learning outcomes for the whole course. So if you'd like to see what we're going to be doing in the entire class, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of great content that we'll be doing. And here's the arrow at the bottom in case you'd like to go forward there. Now, I think it's really important to acknowledge that we're on Indigenous land, and I've added a data sovereignty acknowledgement to that. So please take a moment to read through that. And then with regard to data, which is really treated like a currency now, we acknowledge the right of each Native nation to govern the collection, ownership, and application of their own data. And really every community should have ownership over their own data. So this is called, in some cases, called Indigenous data sovereignty. And I have some more information and resources at the bottom if you'd like more ideas on things that you can actually do. So action items in addition to acknowledgements. Okay, I'm going to go back to the list so I can see where I am. Okay, great. Next is instructor information. So you can read a little bit more about me if you'd like. So a little bit about me and my family, my background here. And here's our syllabus. So I'm just going to hit some of the highlights. I already shared this quote with you. Here's our course information. Talks about the modality. My office hours again, and here's Chantel's information. Here's her text, which is her preferred method of being contacted, but here's her email as well. and communication guidelines. One thing I do want to say is let the phone and Zoom be your friend, and Chantel as well. If you feel totally stuck, even if you're like, I'm so stuck, we can usually resolve it pretty quickly. So it's better to reach out sooner than later. If you wait, then it just starts to feel worse and kind of snowball, and then it's harder to reach out. So please reach out right away. If you ever feel stuck or lost, we're both here to help you. And we've been there, trust me. That's part of college, is learning to use all of your resources and reach out for help. Another thing that's really important for this term is our faculty union, also academic professionals, which are advisors and other positions, is in a difficult labor negotiations. And so there is a possibility of going on strike this term. So if anything like that is to happen, I'll let you know. And of course, I'll be giving you updates, probably in the announcements. I'll be giving you updates throughout the term. And I will let you know if anything like that is coming up and exactly what's going to happen. Okay, so I want that to be on your radar. And I might record another video a little bit later about some more information, some more specifics about that. But similar to Portland Public School teachers, the auto workers, the writers, we're just all having trouble getting our work respected and, getting fair working conditions and pay, that reflects the cost of living increases. So I bet a lot of you have jobs and you can relate to that. So that is kind of where we are. There's a saying that the instructor's working conditions are student learning conditions. So we are fighting for ourselves, but also we're really fighting for you because we want to be able to serve you as best as we can. So I'll keep you updated on that. I really hope we don't need to, but just in case, I want to let you know. Here are our instructional materials. So we've got a free online textbook. I would suggest checking it out online before purchasing it. It's not required. It's an optional resource. So check it out. And then we also have a supplement for bootstrapping, which is a PDF that you can find at this link. Then there's a lecture notes packet, which I'll show you where you can print that yourself, or you can buy it from the bookstore. That has all the pages you need to print for the entire term. We'll be using a bunch of free online tools. So there's a list of applets that will be in each module, and I'll be demonstrating these so you can, I'll put the link right before each video so that you can practice it along with the video. And then Desmos is where we will be using doing our labs. And there can be some barriers for those using accessibility related technologies. So if you do encounter any barriers, please let me know. And then you can also contact the Access Tech team. They can help you out. But I would also like to know so that I can help work on it. And then our free online homework system. If you've used myopenmath.com before, that's great. And if not, you'll figure it out real quick. And I'll show you that. I have a separate video coming up that will walk you through getting in there. But you will need this course ID and this enrollment key. Okay, those do change from term to term, whereas the video doesn't always change. So do look that number up or write it down right now so you can put it in. Okay, now we have some more information about the class, the course description, learning outcomes, time management, class organization. Okay, I do want to go through this part, and I'll go through this on the calendar as well. We have a standard weekly pattern so that you get in a rhythm, you get in a flow with your life, kind of figure out how to balance everything, and then repeat that every week, right? So our modules will go from Wednesday to Wednesday. So you have the first Monday to Wednesday to do the intro stuff, and the content will go Wednesday to Wednesday. The first thing you'll do is watch the videos and take notes on either plain paper, Word docs, or the printed notes pages. Or you can also take notes electronically on PDFs. I need to add that there. Then by Monday, we have a few things due. The Desmos Lab, and I'll show you what that looks like, and also the MyOpenMath online homework, okay? And then also during this time, you're going to attend office hours, tutoring, ask Chantal, ask me, use all your resources. post any questions online, etc. And then by Wednesday, there's a module quiz due. So every week we have a module quiz, and that is also in My Open Math. Slight difference between the homework and the quiz. The homework, you get instant feedback, you work through it on your own, getting help as needed. The module quiz, you'll have you'll be writing your steps and either typing them in the system or writing and uploading your steps, and then I'll give you detailed feedback on that. So this is like a check-in after you've done everything else for the module, and then you can get some written feedback from me. Okay, and more about the structure of the class. I really tried to design it so that you have maximum retention, right? You're starting from these least retention activities, lecture, reading, audiovisual, going up to discussion, practice, and teaching others, which you can do in the discussions if you choose. All of these things that you do will help increase your learning and retention in the class. Then we've got links to more information about all the technology we'll be using if you're interested in that. Student help desk is really helpful if you get stuck and you have a technology issue that goes beyond what I might be able to help with. I might refer you to them, or you're welcome to call them whenever they're open. I use the faculty help desk all the time. They're wonderful. And then we have accessibility information. Appropriate use of artificial intelligence. So this AI is becoming a much bigger thing, and there are good ways to use it and bad ways to use it, right? So please do use it to help your learning. You can ask it to summarize, like ChatGPT or something else, ask it to summarize topics, generate practice questions, etc. But any work or writing that you're submitting, because we will have some writing in this class, all the writing that you're submitting must be your own, okay? So use it for learning, but you can't submit it as your own work. Let me know if you have any doubt on anything like that. Just ask. It's better to ask when in doubt, right? Okay, so here's another description, or a description of all the different elements in the course. So I'll let you read through that. We do have 2 tests that will be proctored on Zoom, so I'll be telling you more about that. There's a virtual proctoring agreement. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, you are welcome to schedule an in-person test. So I'll talk more about that in a page coming up. Okay, late work and makeup. So I do have a flexible policy here and there. I can be a little bit flexible during the term, right? I don't have any flexibility as to when the term ends. So here are some guidelines. So please read through all this. And I understand that you're balancing a lot and have a lot of elements to your life, a lot of different roles and responsibilities. So please do reach out if you need help with anything, if you need a couple of days here and there. What we can't do is just wait till the midterm and then turn everything in, or wait till the final and turn everything in. So I can't be that flexible, because then I get flooded with work and I'm not able to get my work done and take a break when I need it. So all work in the first half must be completed by the midterm. That's a hard deadline. All work in the second half must be completed by the final. But of course, it's better to keep up so that you're not scrambling at the last minute. So the flexibility is meant to be a few days here and there when you're balancing a lot. So I might set individual deadlines if something, if there's a lot of outstanding work, okay? Okay, and then a little bit more. Here's all of our grading information, all of the assignments and the points that they add up to, standard grading scale. And at the bottom here are all the PCC policies and deadlines. So inclusion is really, really important to me. So if you encounter anything in our class, please do reach out to me. And also, if I encounter something somewhere else, you're welcome to reach out to me as well. And there's also other places you can report things. The Office of Equity and Inclusion. There's a phone number and a link right there. Also a link, or this is an email link, and there's another link for more information. We also have help with basic needs, food, housing, things like that. So please use that. And just all the sort of policies and and things. If you have accommodations, please do use those and please let me know. Please send those to me. And if you need to get started, if you haven't started the process but you think you might be eligible, please use this link to start that. The process starts online where you'll put in some information and then they'll receive that information and you'll set up a meeting. Okay? So we have wonderful Accessible Ed folks. So they actually changed their name to Accessible Ed, so I need to fix that. A little more information about online tools. And then just resources. Please do use all the resources here. And there's a list of them here on this page. Flexibility, which could occur, we might have a closure for weather during winter term or anything strike related. So I will make modifications if needed and let you know. Okay, that's a lot for the syllabus. And then the next page is our calendar. So this has the same pattern that we went through. So Wednesday to Wednesday, things are due on Monday and Wednesday. So those are our only two deadline days, Mondays and Wednesdays. Okay. And I do have a drop-in Zoom hour on Monday when you're finishing up your lab and your My Open Math online homework. So please do drop in there. Okay, so this shows you what we'll be doing each week. And here's the course information module. Please do these 4 things so that you don't get dropped from the class. We do have a full class with a wait list, so I will attempt to contact you first. So I won't just drop you without trying to contact you. But please work on these 4 things by the first Wednesday, and also let me know if you have a barrier and something is coming up and you need more time. Then each week is pretty standard. We have a lab. We'll start with videos, and I'll show you those. Then a lab, homework, and a quiz. Okay. Midterm weeks are a little bit different. I'll have a midterm, and then final at the end. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Okay, so this is where we get to talk about the testing. So all PCC math classes have proctored exam requirements. So every, if it's in person, it's in person. If it's on a remote class, it's on Zoom. If it's an online class, it's also on Zoom with your instructor. So there's a document version and a video version where I walk through the whole document. So feel free to do either or both of those. Learn all about it, and then fill out this form, which tells me how you would like to take your tests, okay? And if you have any questions, just ask me. But you can, if you don't want to take your tests on Zoom, if you don't have a quiet space or you don't have technology requirements, then you are most welcome to schedule it with one of our testing centers. And here's the link right here. And then also, if you have testing accommodations, please use those, and you would schedule your test through the AIM system. And here's a website for that. Okay, so that video will have more information as well. The next thing is our My Open Math free homework system. I'm going to go back because there's another video to show you about that. Let's see, I think we're almost all the way done here. That's the My Open Math account, and then there's an orientation. And then, okay, community part. You get to introduce yourself to the class to start building community. This is a discussion. This is actually our one required discussion for the class. All the rest are optional. So this is a list that shows you what to put in it and then how to reply. You'll be replying to 2 classmates' original threads, and then you can make any other replies that you want. You can answer questions that are asked of you, etc. And then I think the almost last thing is a student info assignment. So this lets me get to know some information about you. And so please do fill that out. If there's any concerns you have, this is a good place to let me know, and I will write back to you on this assignment. I won't reply too much in the discussions, if at all. Those are for you all to get to know each other, but I will write something for each person on this assignment here. The last thing is optional, and that is the discussion area. So each module will have a general discussion area, which you're welcome to post any questions to or the resources you found helpful or anything like that. And then I have these set up, you're seeing the instructor version here. I have these all set up to check off manually. So I hope you enjoy like checking things off when you're done. So I have them set up for you to check off when you're done. Unless it's a kind of a one-time reading through, those are automatic. But then things that you might spend more time on, you might come back to, I have allowed you to manually check those off. Okay, one more thing in this video before I go to the next one. The next one will be all about Module 1. Pages to print or buy. So I've sent you an email with the PDF, this very PDF here. So if you want to print it from there, you can do that. Or here, it's also here. So you can buy this from the bookstore if you want, or you can print them yourself. If you have a printer, you can also print them on campus in one of the computer labs. You have a $10 printing allowance every term. And I think I'm not sure if it's still 5 cents. Maybe you can let me know so I can give a cost estimate on that. You are welcome to print using that, or Multnomah County Library is still doing free mobile printing, and you can print up to 100 pages per day. Our packet is 99 with the cover sheet, or 97 without the cover sheet. So just squeaked right in there. And then I do recommend putting these pages in a 3-ring binder to keep them organized, because that's a lot of pages. That's all the notes for the whole class. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This one does have the cover sheet. You don't need to print that if you don't want to, but this is how it'll come from the bookstore. A blank page, and then here is the start of all the notes. So these are the notes that I'm actually writing on in the videos, so you can write along with me. You can also write on plain paper if you prefer, but this will save you a lot of writing. You can see there's a lot of images. We're doing a lot of computer simulations in this class. There's a lot of images and things that you might not want to try to write or draw, and sometimes there's just a bunch of notes written out. So, and then places that will be filling in things together. Also data, charts, things like that will be on here. So I do recommend printing if you can, but of course you can write anything on plain paper, or you can use a tablet and write on the PDF. Okay. Let me just go back to content, see if there's anything else. Yep, I think that's it for right now. So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next video for a Module 1 walkthrough.